making me read this stuff. Managing moderators can support your. Oh, see, we're live for 12 seconds. You know how ridiculous this is what I'm saying. They want this monstrosity in our heads. Either way, welcome back, folks. That's nuts. What the? Anyway, we're on live chat, so we might as well say something important. So if you want to change your life, here you go. Change the food you eat, make it more healthy. By healthy, I mean more full of life. You see all this green stuff? That's full of life. If you pick it, it turns brown and it dies. You don't want dead food to keep up a healthy, live body. There's rule number one. Live food, healthy food, no pesticides, no herbicides, fungicides, genocides, none of that nonsense. Water. You must drink healthy water. No fluoride, no aluminum, no... Okay, good luck with that. So if you're going to clean your water, find a really good way to do it. They say reverse osmosis and throw in some really great minerals. Do the research, get your water. Best way to get your water is buy food. That means fruits, vegetables that have high water content. If you're only eating beef, there's not much water in beef. So keep that poop moving. All right. There goes your healthy body, I guess, and your healthy mind. And once that happens, your breath relax. It'll ease. Because your body won't be in such fight or flight conditions that you've given it through the shit food we're supposedly not taught to eat. I might have said that wrong. Moving on. So, see that? Okay, so that's an example of losing your breath. Your breath and your mind, your brain, the way you think are connected. So if you're breathing fast, you're going to think fast, and that's not always healthy. Thinking fast, you're going to breathe fast, and that's not always healthy. So it's kind of like a cycle. You really want to monitor both. And if you can't just monitor both, I don't want to say control. That was berries, juniper berries, for those that don't know, in the form of a shit. Something ate healthy, and it came out healthy. See that? All right, so that was step one, eat your healthy food. Step two, I mean, basically, other than the water, that was step one. Nutrition, hydration. So step two would be your breath. Monitor your breath. Make sure you're breathing cool, calm, collective, easy, because, like I said, your breath and your mind are connected. You don't want to go any more haywire than we are led to believe. That is normal. You know, that's just... So either way, while breathing, you really want to use your nose. There's too many ways to mention here. We'll go into it in another, hopefully not live video, and I can just display it or have a whiteboard or whatever it is. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't even know if there's... What is there, 8 people? Hi, guys. All right, so if there's 8 people on there, I don't know. I don't know how to read this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking about my experience. So hello, welcome. So monitoring your breath, being conscious of your breath will help your thoughts come and go. You can choose these thoughts forever. Once they have hit you, they don't ever really leave. You have these neural pathways that are built, and yes, they are destroyed if you don't use them. If you do use them, they're strengthened. And there are neural pathways we don't want to strengthen. So be aware, not beware, but you can beware of your thoughts and your emotions. Watching your breath will give your focus more focus. If you've ever watched Kung Fu, your focus needs more focus. Well, we do. There's only, 8 people on here, and you should be listening for hours, if not days. I could go on for days. But hear me out. While making your breath cool, calm, and collective, only through your nose, not out your mouth, only through your nose. Way too many reasons. Just try it. Let me know how you feel. When you're letting out your hydration. You're letting out a possibility of 40% hydration. That means you're getting dehydrated. Why would we want that? So either way, and then on top of that, you're losing water, which we're now coming to know holds memory. So if you cannot reach those memories, you don't even need the neural pathways. There's no way you're going to reach what you have gathered here consciously. And that's the idea, to be conscious. So, being conscious of what you eat, being conscious of how you breathe, breathing deeply will actually soothe your nervous system. And then when you're at ease, you're not in a state of dis-ease. And I apologize, guys, we're at the part of the walk where I bow in respect to the park. This is a mostly untouched by man place that I have respects. I bow like a dojo. Why not? This is all right. So anyway, you bow to your church, I bow to mine. So monitoring your breath will help your focus grow, and it will help you. When I say grow, it doesn't mean like you'll be only focused on one thing, because while you're focusing on your breath, you'll have thoughts come and go, and you'll choose whichever ones are most. Can you guys hear me? Holy cow, I don't. Hi guys. Oh man, hi. Who the hell? Yusuf. Dad, I met. Oh, I'm not your daddy. Either way, hi guys. So monitoring your breath will enhance your focus, and while you're focused on your breath, you want to keep it about 6 seconds in. Technically, you want to breathe deeper, but most people can't breathe. So 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out. If you're stressed really quick, you want to make it a longer exhale, a shorter inhale. That means 5 seconds in, 10 seconds out, or longer, whatever it is that you can do. So the idea is to let go of the matrix. The air that you've taken in is part of the matrix, just like the water, just like the sun. This is all what we call, Greg Braden would refer to it as the divine matrix. This is all God. You're not just connected to God. When I say we are God, this piece of tile that man has crafted from the earth, and I mean, is not just part of God, because man, we're getting on the God thing. We need to get back to the health. So while monitoring your breath, your focus will enhance, and you'll not only be able to focus on one thing, you'll be able to focus on many. And when that happens, consciousness will grow, right? Okay, so focused on your breath, you'll notice more around you. You'll be able to make more conscious choices. Your body, your system will work right. And if you have an antenna or radio, a phone, anything, when it works wrong, you can't work it, right? It's not to its utmost full capabilities. And that's saying a lot when you're not working right. Holy shit, is there nobody watching? That's all right. So when you're not working right, you cannot use the vessel that was gifted to you before your birth. You were 9 months cooking, if you will, in your blessed mom. Your mom went through heaven and hell trying to incubate your goofy ass. If you're goofy, I don't know I don't know any of you, but I'm guessing some of you are goofy. There's like none of you on. So either way, while she was cooking you, she had these patterns, these habits, tendencies, and she was feeding you her emotional struggle, her emotional outbreaks, her emotional happiness, her chemical balance was literally making you. All right. And then you have dad's emotional roller coaster, and that roller coaster he took mom through. Okay. That's partially what made us. Now you have environment, you have brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, you have the system, which you have to remember, those emotional building blocks that made you don't really, they just transform. Nothing dies. Nothing really goes away. We as a species just keep not just going, but we grow. We just keep growing. So, in that, you want to grow consciously. So, while your soul has this body, uh, it took a lot of work to make it, right? And it takes a lot of work to keep it, to hold on to it. And I'm not saying death is the end, and I'm not saying it's the answer, but I am saying we don't understand life, so we should take it seriously. We should not prey upon a heaven. We should prey upon the earth and say, what are we doing here? What can we do? What have we done that we don't need to do anymore? Because a lot of this system, like I said, is not working. If your average, wow, if your average person knew, if they could watch this long, which I've gained and lost a lot of people. So, if your average person knew that your average breath is 12 to 18 seconds per minute, and then they did the research on how damaging that is to the human organism. If we knew how dangerous it is to breathe heavy and fast, I mean, I heard a guy breathing around the corner when he was waiting for his daughter to get out of the bathroom. I could hear, and now I'm not making fun of him. I am stating a fact. It's not just an opinion. I can hear the man breathing literally around a corner. Now, when you can hear someone breathing, that person is struggling to breathe. There's no way that's good for them. Plus, they were like 300 pounds, which is not good for the human organism. It's like putting extra weight on a car and expecting it to last. Why would we do such a thing? Oh, because we can't afford another car. We can't make this car into the car we want. You know what I mean? We're just driving at that point aimlessly and consciously, and that's how we get wrecked. All right, going off. I guess I'm on the topic, but holy cow, man. So either way, we got food, water, your breath, right? Your environment is number 3. I mean, technically, your food is your environment, and to which you eat, this is what you'll get. They used to tell us, you are what you eat. And they would show us pictures of food up on the board in this pyramid thing. And they would never really serve it in the cafeteria. So, or at the hospitals where you go to heal, or anywhere. Name one business that has their own garden that's growing their own food. Or do they import dead stuff that's been dying on its way? You can refrigerate it, you could pump it in or pump stuff in it. I mean, that's damaging to the human physical structure, let alone the soul, because our souls have to ride this structure, this physicality, this thing. All right, so your environment, meaning the God you worship, will be the God you emulate. When you emulate a God, you really got to study the God before you pray to him. I mean, I prayed to Jesus, I prayed to Yahweh through Jesus, I prayed to Yahweh, but I didn't really accept how dangerous the ideas are. Yahweh really didn't give a shit about most of the children of earth, which he created. I mean, that's not a God I would emulate, let alone bow to or follow. I bow to everybody out of respect. Until you disrespect me, then I'll still bow to you, because you are not your conditioning. You are the soul I bow to. Because I believe, truly, we are all one. If we live in a land of mirrors, if you've studied any ancient texts, not just philosophies, but writings of ones that really devoted their time to wandering and wondering where we are and who what we are and how we got here. A lot of manuscripts, texts, papyruses, tablets have all been gone. They've been erased, they've been destroyed, tooth for a tooth, when then it must have, like, I don't know what happened, but Rome was like, yeah, this shit ain't working. They're starting to win. We're going to have to take in a god. See, they were looking for a god. They, they were actually looking for a god when Jesus, not Yeshua, I'm not going to mention his name yet. Yeshua and Jesus are supposed to be the same thing, but I believe the idea of Rome persuaded the belief, the idea that, man, they turned Yeshua into Jesus. They turned a rebel into a docile hippie. I mean, really, if you look at Jesus, if you really look at him, you'll see Yeshua, but you got to know what to look for. See, it was probably Yeshua that walked by and said, not today. You're not throwing me off a cliff for what I said today. Just because you can't hear me doesn't mean I wasn't sent from higher up above to which you pray to. Even Jesus was telling the Pharisees and the bishops and the whatever, the cardinals and the whatever, they had, he was saying, you represent a false god. He was saying your God is fake. You are fake. You are false prophets. You're full of shit. And then, they crucified him. So then Rome was like, you know what? We could use this. We'll build the calendar. We'll build the Bible. People are going to fear God. And here we are. Now, you can take it or leave it. There's a lot I'm leaving out because I'm getting tired of talking about the same fucking thing. It really should be earned that if we had food, we'd be way more conscious. More conscious. We'd be eating conscious, but the thing is, our consciousness is being funneled from us. It's being siphoned from us. It's being given away to an entity you can call Yahweh, actually. We believe this character is good. He's not even real. The structure behind the name is real. But, the name is real. The character is false. The God, the creator, would not sacrifice Isaac. He would not kill any of his children. One, it's not a fucking he. Two, there's no way to put God. You can't describe God, and you can't write about it in a book. There's no way to describe the thing with your ass. Does that make any sense? Okay, so now that there's seriously nobody watching, I thank you guys. And if anybody ever watches this, that's seriously how to change your life. Understand, this is a temple. You build the temple with the food you eat and the air you breathe. They call it the breath of life for a reason. And the gods you pray to are the ones you emulate. And if you don't know the gods you're praying to, look at Deuteronomy. If your God is violent, it's not much of a god. For Yahweh to be so angry, he's got issues. My dad was angry. He had issues. What does that say about a god? All right, I'm going to be out since nobody's watching anyway. I want to thank you all for watching. If anybody's made it. Nobody's made it, but thank you all. This is your life, but this life you have is not just yours. It's not just ours. It belongs to all of this, but all of this belongs to something greater. The kingdom of heaven is not just in you, and it's not just here, and it's not just some far off land. We're all the kingdom of heaven, and we have a relationship. We do deserve, but it looks like we don't know how to. So thank you. I love you. And, not peace be with you, but may a piece of me be with you. How you stop this shit? The fuck? I don't know. How you stop this? Thank you, guys. Are you sure? Man, they don't tell you how to stop it. Start a poll. See how unreal? I don't know this stuff. How you get it to stop? Quick link. I don't need that shit. I want it to stop. Make it stop. Just make it stop. Hi. Holy shit. There's one of you on here. How do you make it stop? See, they want this shit in our heads. They want this shit in our heads. I can't turn it off. Magic. Oh man, you left me in the AI world, folk. Man, I have one. Nobody knows. Dude, how you stop it? Okay.